Good morning, S7.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today?
Good.
Good, Alhamdulillah. Today we are learning lesson 2.9. 2.9. Okay, this is equivalent fractions and mixed numbers. Okay, equivalent fractions and mixed numbers. Can you see the line?
Yes.
Good. Don't worry about that. We will be fine. Okay, now before I start the lesson, how many of you have heard equivalent fractions? You all know what fractions are. You have heard equivalent fractions? Okay, so let's just step by step start with equivalent fractions. So this is the first one. Those are some keywords that we're going to do. So we start with equivalent fractions. Right. Fractions. Okay. Thank you very much. So, equivalent fractions are numbers which are fractions but they are similar. So let's say, for example, if we order a pizza, so we have pizza. Okay? I'm using this as an example because I like pizza and I know you also do it. So if we order two pizzas and the first one we have divided into two parts. Okay? We divide the two. It's in the middle. Okay, let's start again. So we divide it into two parts. Okay? And then I eat half of the pizza. So this is the half of the pizza. So we will call this one half. So I eat one half. Okay, you with me, girls?
Yeah.
And then on another pizza, we order another pizza and we divide this pizza into four parts. But this one I become a little bit greedy, so I eat two of them. You with me?
Yes.
So if I eat two of these, that's going to be 2 out of what? 4. Now, are those similar?
Yes.
Which one is more greedy? Which one is more greedy?
2 out of 4.
The first one or the second one? The first one is more greedy, right?
Yes.
Because he eat half, and the second one he eat 2. But this is also half,
They're the same.
right? They are the same. We call this equivalent. Equivalent fraction means they are really the same. The only difference is the numbers are different. The denominators and the numerators are different. But the two numbers are similar. Okay, the two fractions are similar. So we call these equivalent fractions. How do we make a number equivalent fraction? We can do two things. We can either multiply one number to both sides. This one and this one. Like for example, if I multiply here by 2, I have to multiply here by 2, so my answer will become 2 over 4. So this is equivalent fraction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now if I give you another number, another fraction, and I ask you to give me equivalent fractions, can you give it to me?
Yes.
Remember, all you have to do is multiply a number or divide a number to simplify it. So let's see this one. If I give you 5th over 7, can somebody give me an equivalent fraction of this? Yes. Remember, you can either multiply a number and multiply a simple number. So don't make it complicated. Go ahead.
I forgot.
So to make this equivalent fraction,
I'm supposed to make
you
the
have to
same.
multiply by 2. So if I multiply here by 2, I have to also multiply here by 2. So the answer will be
10 over 14.
10 over 14. These two numbers are equivalent. Okay? These two numbers are equivalent. Does that make sense, girls?
Yes.
Good. So now, if I give you another number, I want you to tell me another equivalent fraction. So if I have now 3/5, can you give me equivalent fraction of this number? Remember, all you have to do is multiply to another number or divide to another number. Go ahead. Yes.
6 over 10.
6 over 10. Equivalent fraction will be 6 over 10. Right. Remember, you can either multiply by 2, or you can multiply by 3, or you can multiply by 4. doesn't really matter. Whatever number you multiply, as long as you multiply the same number. Does that make sense, girls?
Yes.
So we understand what equivalent fraction is. And we understand how we get equivalent fraction.
Yes.
Okay? Good. So now, what I want you to do now, I want you to also write fractions in a simplest form or simplified fraction. So let's say simplifying fraction. Now, this is similar to this one. You are again finding equivalent fraction, but you are making it smaller. Okay? Now, for example, if I give you 20 over 50, this is a fraction. Can you simplify it? And I ask you to simplify them. Remember, instead of multiplying, you have to divide them number and make them smaller. So, what do we divide? What's the biggest number that we can divide to both of them? Go ahead.
We can divide it by 10.
If we divide here by 10 and divide here by 10, what will the answer be?
2 over 5.
2 over 5, exactly. So these two numbers are equivalent as well, but this is a simple fraction, simplified fraction of this. Okay? So now if I give you, let's say, 4 over 14, can you give me another equivalent fraction of this? Or simple fraction? Simplify this fraction. Only two of you are putting the hand? Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Divided 2, divided 2.
Divide both sides by 2. So if you divide here by 2, you will get
2 over
2 over
7.
7. You have just simplified the fraction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So do we understand how to simplify fraction?
Yes.
So any number that I give you and I ask you to simplify, you can simplify it. So let me give you a number to simplify. If I give you now, let's say 9 over 27. Can you simplify that fraction for me? Can you simplify that, please? Go ahead, you put your hand up.
Divided by 9.
Divide both sides by 9. So if I divide here by 9,
One
I have
over-
to divide here by 9 as well.
1 over 3.
So my final answer will be
1 over 3.
1 over 3. This is the simplest fraction. We have just simplified. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
So if I give you a number, any number, and I ask you to simplify, what you have to do is say to yourself, what number can I divide both sides? So if you can divide any number, divide it and simplify it. Are you with me? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. Let's move to the next step. So how do we now, how do we change, let's go to the next level. How do we change improper fraction to a mixed fraction? First of all, let me introduce you to improper fraction. So improper fraction is when a fraction have got the number on the top bigger. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. An equivalent fraction, is it always multiplied by 2?
It could be 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. Okay? So we can multiply here by, we can say multiply here by, let's choose a number. Let's say multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. So this will give us 4 over 8. This is again equivalent fraction. So it doesn't matter. I choose 2 because 2 is quicker. But you can choose any number to multiply. Okay? And to simplify, you can choose any number to make it smaller. And if your last number is not smaller, you can divide again until you reach a number that you can no longer divide. Go ahead. What simplify means making it smaller. The only way you can make numbers smaller is to divide. Okay? You cannot multiply because if you multiply a number to other numbers, you can make it bigger. So we are asking to simplify. So if I ask you to write number in a simple form, you just have to divide the number. So let's go back to the improper fraction. You all know fraction is the number of the top or the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So for example, you have 1, 2. This is a normal fraction. Okay? You also know if I have 2/5, this is normal fraction. Okay? But if we switch and we have the big number on the top, like for example, if we have 5, 2, this is strange because usually the fraction is the numerator or the number on the top is smaller. This one, the number on the top is bigger. So what do we call this? Improper fraction. Okay, this is called improper fraction. So we need to change the improper fraction to a mixed number. To a what?
Mixed number.
Mixed number. So what is a mixed number? A mixed number is a fraction and a number. So how do we change it? This is what we do. Okay, this is what we do. You have to divide them. How many 2's are in 5?
1.
2.
Wait,
There are 2.
Oh yeah, 2.
Yes? So you write the 2 at the front. Okay? We write the 2 at the front. And what is the remainder? 1. So the 1 goes on the top. Denominator never changes. Denominator stays the same number. So we put here 2. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So this is what we did. We divide it and we say the remainder goes on the top. Denominator don't change. Let's do another one. If you have 7 over 3, how do we do this? Who can help me with this? Go ahead. How many 3's are in 7? 2, exactly. Do you get that?
Yeah.
There is 2, so we have to write down 2 at the front. What is the remainder? Remainder always have to go on the top.
1.
The remainder is 1 because 2 times 3 is 6. So there's a remainder of 1. So the 1 has to go on the top. The denominator never changes. Are you with me, girls?
Yeah.
So the denominator will stay 3. So this is changing improper fraction to a mixed fraction. And the steps are you divide, and whatever number that goes into there, you put at the front. The remainder goes on the top. Are you with me? Shall we do another one?
Yes.
Okay, let's do. Yes, go ahead.
Mister, can
Yeah.
I also like subtract it until I cannot subtract it
You
anymore?
cannot subtract it. You have to just divide it. Okay? So let's do another one. Can you all try to do this for me? If I have 12 over
6.
5. Let's go. I want you to try that. Just write down in your books and then I will ask someone to put their hand up and give me an answer. You get it? You get it?
Yes.
Good. Who get it? Just put your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You put your hand up first. Go ahead. Yes. Or you are asking questions?
No.
Okay. Who's gonna give me an answer to this? Go ahead.
5 divided by 12, you can divide it 2 times.
2 times. So there's 2 5 in 12. There are 2 5 because 10 and 10, right?
Yes.
So we have to put the 2 at the front, right?
Yes.
Are you with me, girls? So we put the 2.
Then-
What is the remainder?
2.
Remainder goes 2 here, and the denominator don't
Change.
change. So we have 5 here. Are you with me, girls?
Yes.
Good. Now I'm gonna write 3 questions. I want you to do them now. Okay? There you go. We have 3 questions. 1, 2, 3. This is your chance to do this. I'll just come around and see how people are doing. Those 3 questions, I want you to change them to Okay, so we're doing improper fraction to a mixed fraction. You done?
Yes.
Good girl. Well done. Good, how's it doing? Right. Great. Anybody have any question?
No.
Good. You're doing so well.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. Any question? Okay, we're done. Good. Just put your hand. Those of you finish. Good. Majority of you have finished. Well done. Put your hands down. Now, give me the first one. Who will give me the first one? Yes. Go ahead.
Me?
What did you get?
No, no, no.
Oh, you did with your hand up.
No.
Okay. Who's gonna give me the first one? Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, please.
You said for the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
So first, you see how many fives are in 17?
How many fives are in 17?
3.
There are 3. Well done. So we write down the 3, and then what is the remainder?
3.
The remainder is
2.
2. So 2 will be remainder, and then denominator don't change. The denominator will stay 5. You guys get that?
Yes.
Well done. Amazing. Second one, can you do it for me, please?
There are 4 3s
How many 3s are in 13?
4.
There are 4. So we write down the 4. What is the remainder?
1.
The remainder will be 1, and the denominator what? It stays the same, so that's 3. Great. Anyone else? Go ahead, Fatima. Oh, sorry, Ali, sorry.
4 and 1.
How many 2s are in 9?
4.
There are 4, well done. And then, what is the remainder?
1.
The remainder will be 1, and the denominator don't change. So this is the answer. Well done. Great. So I think we have conquered changing improper fraction to a mixed fraction. Okay? Now, the next step is for us to change a mixed number to improper fraction. How do we do that? Okay? Let's write down. Okay? I'm going to choose any number. Let's just say we have, let's say, 9 over 4. This is, okay, so let's start again. We have 2, 5, 6. This is a mixed number. Okay? So let me give a little title. Okay? Let me write a little title here. So now we have mixed number. Two improper fraction. Fraction. So now we do it the opposite. So if we have, okay, if we have 5, 2, 3, who can change the to improper fraction? This is a mixed number. How do we change this back into improper fraction? Go ahead. Again, yes. We have to multiply these two. So we say 5 times 3. 5 times 3 will be what?
15.
15. And then we need to add the remainder, the top one. So what is 15 plus 2?
17.
17. So 17 goes on the top,
17, 3.
and the denominator don't change. Again, the denominator is still the same. So you will have 3. So we just learned how to change mixed number to improper fraction. You guys understand that?
Yes.
Right. Let's do one more. I want you to do this one now. If I have 5, 3, 8. Let's do that. Can you change this number to improper fraction? Let me write a couple more first. We're gonna come back to this. So this is 1. Okay, so we have 3 questions. I want you to do those 3 questions. Let's do it. I'll be coming around checking. You done the first one? Let's go for it. Give me the first one. What do you got? You didn't do it yet? You done the first one? Go ahead. Give me please.
5 times 8.
5 times 8, exactly. 5 times 8 will give you what? 40.
Plus 4 plus 3 is 40.
40 plus 3 will give you 43. And the denominator?
8.
Don't change. Stay the same. You guys get that?
Yeah.
Well done. Make it. Next one, number 2. What do you get?
8 times 10 is 80 and
8 times 10 is 80.
80 plus 5 is 85. And
So we have 85.
the denominator doesn't change.
The denominator stays 10. Well done. Next one. Go ahead.
7 times 4 equals 32.
7 times 4 is what?
28.
28.
28 plus 3 equals 31.
So this would be 31 over.
And the denominator is 4.
Denominator don't change. You guys get that? Well done. Amazing. How do you find the lesson?
Easy.
Okay, so now this is the lesson we have learned today. Let me just quickly recap. You now know what is equivalent fraction. You also know how to simplify a fraction. Okay, by dividing same number. As long as you divide the same number, you didn't change the fraction, you just change it into simple form. And on the next one, we have learned how to change improper fraction to a mixed fraction. And now finally we learn how to change a mixed fraction to improper fraction. Okay? If you understand everything we have explained, this is it. You get the lesson, and that's wonderful. The only thing that I'm going to add to this before I finish the lesson is, if I give you a fraction, yeah? If I give you a fraction and I ask you 2 fractions, can you tell me if these 2 fractions are equivalent or not? How can you tell if they are equivalent or not? So let me just give you one example. So this is, you have to tell if these 2 numbers are